Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. It's a Saturday edit, and today's topic again is going to be Bluebird. Please bear with me while I go through Bluebird again, because I have to make a few corrections from my earlier videos because I was mistaken on the pricing. The other thing I wanted to do in this particular video is to answer a bunch of questions that I have, and I think all of you also have in your mind. What is the market size for Bluebird's Zynteglo? Why is Bluebird's share price still 95% below its all-time high, despite having an FDA-approved gene therapy, and one more in the pipeline to be approved in the middle of September, and 3 product pipelines in advanced stages of FDA approval in clinical trials? So we are going to set out to answer these questions, and we're also going to look at other parallels for similar gene therapies which are high-priced and how they have succeeded. So if you're interested in all this, keep watching. Let's get started. Well, friends, I'm still thinking about Bluebird Bio and its price action, as I mentioned. The more I read expert opinion, the more I feel that the stock is undervalued. First off, it's the only company with a once and done FDA approved gene therapy for TDT, period. The only way we can see this being upstaged is if another gene therapy company comes up with an allogenic solution for TDT and gets approved by FDA. Then that would be a game changer. I don't know if it's possible to have an allogenic solution for TDT, but if such a solution was possible, then that will be superior to what Bluebird has to offer. The other scenario is if another company gets approved for an autologous therapy for TDT, but in that case, Bluebird Bio already has a lead and it would have established reference base. So we will need to find another company to initiate a price war to get market share. However, even before this can happen, Bluebird Bio has announced that the company will offer up to 80% refund if the treatment sold as Zynteglo doesn't work as expected. Now, how can you beat that proposition? Let us look at the other genomic companies that are working on the TDT condition. CRISPR Therapeutics has Exaccell and CTX001, which is an autologous therapy for TDT, and will need until end of 2022 to even approach anywhere close to being approved. This is because CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex have completed discussions with the European Medicines Agency, that is EMA, and the Medicines and Health Regulatory Agency, MHRA, on the submission package for Exaccell and are on track to submit the regulatory approvals for Exaccell for SCD and TDT in Europe and the UK by the end of 2022. So it's around December 2022. Discussions with the FDA are still ongoing. So we are looking at a time frame which is not tomorrow or next month or the month after. We are talking about towards end of the year for submission. Beam 101 for TDT is in the IND-enabling stage, so it has a ways to go. Now, if you look at Editas Medicine, on their website, Edit 301 is currently being investigated in a clinical study in patients with severe sickle cell disease, which is called Ruby trial. Editas expects to initiate a phase 1 of 2 study of Edit 301 in patients with TDT in 2022. So 2022 is already half over. So I'm expecting that they may start and initiate the study anytime now. Even if they do that, I don't see an approval before the end of 2022. That's what I think. Let us look at other competitors in our watch list, like Verve. Verve does not have TDT therapy, but it's in the cholesterol game, and no one else is there in the cholesterol game. So that's good for Verve. Allogene also has no TDT therapy and is focused on cancers and tumors. Neither does Imetics. Some analysts think that annual sales for Zynteglo will be around 50 patients. However, Bluebird estimates there are between 1,300 and 1,500 patients in the US who fit the criteria, and of those, 800 to 850 would be healthy enough to receive Zynteglo. Analyst predictions for peak annual sales vary widely, from SVB Securities forecasting 64 million for Zynteglo and up to Raymond James' estimate of about 200 million per annum for Zynteglo sales. In this context, let us look at some past performance. Zynteglo is the third therapy for an inherited disease to be cleared for use in the US. The first two approved gene therapies for inherited disease was for treatment of a type of genetic blindness and another for spinal muscular atrophy. The other two are expensive with list prices of $850,000 and $2.1 million respectively. So the muscular atrophy solution from Novartis is priced at $2.1 million, which is the higher of the two. While sales of the blindness treatment haven't amounted to much, the spinal muscular atrophy drug has become a blockbuster product for its maker, Novartis, and Novartis set to price at $2.125 million, but offers insurers the ability to pay $425,000 a year for 5 years. This price tag makes Zolgensma, which is for muscular dystrophy, the most expensive drug ever approved. If it can succeed at a price of $2.1 million and get insurance coverage, then at $2.8 million, Zynteglo is the most expensive gene therapy, but it still has a chance of getting insurance coverage along those same terms. For context, Zolgensma from Novartis grew sales by 48% over year over year to $315 million in the second quarter of 2021. In the most recent Q2 2022 report, sales grew at 22% and touched $379 million. Earlier, I had read $280K as the price for Zynteglo. Obviously, that was a wrong report. I might have mentioned that number in earlier videos, so please consider this as a correction. However, the performance of Zolgensma gives positive hope about the sales potential and sets precedents for insurers if Bluebird was to offer same payment facilities to insurers. Also, given the relatively small number of patients, that is around 1,300 to 1,500 who will be eligible, and around 800 to 850 who will actually be healthy enough to take the treatment, I now revise my opinion. I think Bluebird can fine-tune its marketing efforts and commercialization efforts, and also focus on lobbying the government for subsidization of treatment, and thus further reduce the costs and increase the pool of patients that can afford the treatment, and also thereby improve its prospects of increasing sales. Also, earlier I thought that at $280K the company will be needing cash faster. However, looking at the market size and the fact that they have priced the therapy at $2.8 million, I think the outlook seems much, much better. Meanwhile, Bluebird does get a head start over CRISPR, Beam, and Editas, and for now, as none of the competitors will be approved before the end of this year, as per currently available information, I think Bluebird is in a very, very good situation. Further, we should note, when it comes to Bluebird Bio, we should remember that we have Eli Cell for CALD that is set for approval in mid-September. Nobody else has come up with a therapy for CALD, and if approved, Eli Cell will be a front runner for that, and it will be almost like in a monopolistic situation like they are with TDT right now. If approved, Eli Cell will be the first and only gene therapy for the treatment for early active CALD, a rare neurodegenerative disease that primarily affects young children and leads to irreversible loss of neurological function and potentially death. Once approved, Bluebird will be the only company to offer a therapy for CALD. Further, Bluebird has 3 therapies in phase 3 clinical trials: ALD102, ALD104, and HGB201. Of these, HGB201 targets sickle cell disease and will face competition. So let us ignore that. We still have ALD102 and ALD104. So overall, to conclude, I think that the market participants are going to ruminate over these facts as they start discovering it, and they will also change their opinions along the way, just like I did. I still think Bluebird Bio is a better company today at a lower share price of $5.97 as compared to $153 on 9th of March 2018 when it was at its peak. At that time, we should note it did not have any FDA approval or progress in its pipeline as it has today. If we agree to that logic, then Bluebird is underpriced by 95%. Even if we assume that the market sentiment and valuation is weak overall at this point of time, still, the share price at $5.97 today is too low for this company, in my personal opinion. Please let me know what you think, right? And as I keep on doing more research on this, I may come up with more information. I may revise my opinion. I'm a one-man research shop out here, so please bear with me on that. And if any of you have any information that contradicts whatever I have mentioned here, please put it in the comment, because in this channel, we want to get you the right information. And if I have made a mistake, I'm ready to revise it, because at the end of the day, we want to have a proper pricing of this stock so that we can do proper trades and investments. So if you like this video, please put a like out there. And if you have not yet subscribed, but you have been watching our videos, I request you to subscribe. It's absolutely free, and it helps us grow this channel and bring you more videos and do more research on stocks. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now, and enjoy your weekend.